Yeah, first of all, anytime you can get into postseason play, it's a plus for a number of reasons. One, I believe strongly it leads into the following year. But two, you talk about it all season long about postseason play and let's see if we can win a championship. Now the dream is to get to the NCAA tournament, but getting to the NIT is something very special and that we're excited about. I think it helps in recruiting in a number of ways because kids get an opportunity to continue to watch you play, and then it helps your own team develop. As far as guys coming back next year, it's kind of like getting into a bowl game where you get a lot of extra practices that mean something, and I think we've improved in the last few weeks. Well, to me, and I think our staff, it's really, really special, and I hope by the time we step foot on Madison Square Garden, which won't be until Tuesday morning, but I think in the next few days we will be able to talk about it and what a special venue that is to our players, so they appreciate the experience that much more. Well, I don't know for a fact yet. We have nothing set up except practices at Columbia University.
Yeah.
But I think Columbia University is like, I want to say 13 miles away. And so we'll see something. I think we'll see some cabs. I know that, and some buildings. Other than that, I'm not sure what we will see. But we're going to make a point of, maybe going a certain way on the way to Columbia University, on the way back, or anytime we go anywhere, maybe out to dinner, to try to show off the city of New York so that when they leave, or when we leave, that the kids feel like they saw New York City. What I see is there's a reason why they've won 27. They're good. They are very well coached. They're strong. They're athletic, and they play right. I mean, it's just not a bunch of kids that are athletic that run around and make plays on their own. It's structured. It's organized on both ends of the court, and they're a good ball club. They're really well balanced. They keep coming at you with 8 or 9 guys, 10 guys, and those 10 guys contribute in a number of ways. Whether it's scoring, rebounding, you look at the assists. I mean, it looks like almost an equal opportunity offense, although they have their stars. But you can't really play off of 1 or 2 guys because there's a lot of guys that can hurt you.
Ken, I didn't catch it. Are you staying outside of the city, your hotel, or is it somewhere just fairly far away from Madison Square Garden?
I want to say it's only like 6 blocks from Madison Square Garden, right there at Times Square.
Oh, great.
Ken, it's Bo Easton from the Bulletin newspaper in Bend, Oregon. Just wanted to ask you a little bit about the effect Abe Lodwick's had. Not a guy that puts up a lot of points, but kind of in an up and down season a little bit. What kind of leadership role? He's been a redshirt junior. Being a redshirt junior, what kind of effect he's had on the team and helps you guys get to the semifinals of the NIT.
Well, the numbers that Abe puts up are not extremely impressive when it comes to points. Rebounds, it's better.
Right.
But, you look at his assists, and again, the stats don't show how valuable he is. But he is probably as valuable as anybody else on our team because it's the intangibles that he brings that a lot of other guys aren't capable of bringing. The toughness, the energy, the positive attitude, every day, every game, every practice, every drill. He's a no-maintenance guy, not even low. It's just no maintenance. He does the right things on and off the court, and he's extremely valuable to our program. And that's why he's hard to take off the court. It's not because he's putting up big numbers, but he does everything else. Just like the other night, he misses a couple free throws at a critical time, and yet for the next 2 minutes, he's just busting his tail, flying around the floor, playing great defense, going after loose balls, and it's hard to get guys to do that. But Abe brings that every day.
Can you talk a little bit more defensively what he brings? I think if you watch, watch you guys play, see what he does in that on that defense, and how long he is, and how many touches and tips he gets, playing that defense.
Well, where he's really important to us is he knows the scout. He understands personnel, and sometimes the matchup is difficult for him if he's going against a kid really quick. But he's strong. He knows angles. He does all the things that he's capable of doing almost every possession. And so his strength really helps him on the defensive end, along with his intensity and aggressive play.
How important was he from a program standpoint when you came in? You've got such a young team full of redshirt sophomores, your oldest kid. When he bought in early and helped other guys buy in as well.
Well, he had been here for 2 years. He had played just the one when I arrived, but he had been a redshirt the year before, and his relationship with past players and with the guys on the team now helped us as a staff be embraced by the guys. I think Abe bought into our program right away, bought into to our staff and what our philosophy was and where he was going to be in our program, and has shown that in his actions on and off the court.
Okay. Thanks, kid.
You're welcome.
Tim, do you guys get to practice at the Garden on Monday?
We don't. We will be at Columbia University Sunday and Monday, and then we will be at the Garden Tuesday morning. Not sure what time, but I'm pretty sure we have 1 hour Tuesday morning. Well, I know we do. I'm just not sure what time.
Yeah, okay. Hey, you guys flying out tomorrow?
We are. We leave tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. out of Lewiston.
I'm sure you guys are going to get hit up with the questions when you get back east, Ken. Just as an overview, how do you feel you guys have handled, the problems you've had with the kids getting cited and whatever this season?
Last year, when it was all over, after that last game at the Staples Center against Oregon, and we as a staff reflected on the season for the following week, we felt, if nothing else, we needed to address how to manage adversity. And so we talked about that in the spring. We talked about it in the fall. And it was like every day, whether it was a guy on the football field running sprints in late August and having to head over to the garbage can because he's just worn out and sick from running. And how is he going to deal with that? He's got a choice now. Does he just bail and say, hey, this is too hard and quit on us? Or does he get back out there and keep running the sprints with the rest of the team? 2, dealing with adversity as of late with a guy that gets suspended one day and then the suspension is lifted the next day. Everything in between, every game, it could be an official's call. It could be not being able to start. On and on and on, how you're going to deal with adversity. We've addressed that hard since the end of last season. So I say all that to say, I think our guys have really improved in that area. It is shown in games where we've bounced back and played very well after maybe not performing well, whether it's an individual or a team. I think we did the same thing the other night when we competed with Northwestern.
Do you feel, again, I'm sure they're going to ask you back there, do you feel, looking back, that the discipline you guys have put in, that it was effective, that it was correct?
I don't know. I don't know what they'll ask me back there. And if they do ask me back there, I'll say the same thing I've already been saying, that we've been fair, we've been consistent, and that will continue throughout this season. Well, there are different challenges. We asked the NIT if it could be moved here, and they said it would not be. It has to be at Madison Square Garden. So the challenge is traveling 3,000 miles and playing in front of a neutral court crowd, or probably a pro-New York, sports crowd that is going to just cheer for whoever, I would guess. And it won't be like being at Beasley with our home crowd, which has been great. It's been awesome the last 3 games, being able to play here in front of our crowd. So in that sense, it'll be different, but I don't think it's any different than what the other teams are facing.